I didn't
We can't-
record last class where y'all were bashing too many teachers, so I couldn't record that one. Especially when you said she's lost her damn mind. I think that's when I decided not to not to record it.
The
All
truth
right,
hurts.
so, say again.
The truth hurts.
I know, but in the snowflake society that we live in, you have to reword that. She's lost her damn mind. You have to say she is facing emotional challenges or something like that. You can't say she's lost her damn mind. That would offend too many people. Okay, negative 6x cubed. Draw it, but you got to draw x cubed first. So what you would do is do you a chart and do -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, and graph that. So f of x is equal to x cubed. That's our basic model. Do it in black or dark color. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. -2 is -8. -1 is -1. 0 is 0. 1 is 1. And 2 is 8. And here's my piece of graph paper, so I'm going to make a big graph. And you can graph several of the... No, you can't, because the next one's going to be something different. Is there glue on this? Oh, Lord. Today's today's Monday, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so -2, -8. -2, -8. -1, -1. 0, 0. 1, 1. And 2, 8. So you got your curve. Okay, now take another color. And we'll do peach color. Ooh, peach. I love peach ice cream. F of x is equal to, what did it say, -6x cubed. All right, at this point we know that a is less than what? 1. Therefore, it's the opposite what? Direction. Remember, in science and math, positive and negative mean what? Direction. We also know that 6 is greater than 1. Therefore, it's going to be... I don't know what this black glue stuff is on this table, but it's nasty. All right. I forgot what I was saying. It's compressed on the x-axis and what? Stretched on the what?
Wow.
On the y-axis. So let's do x and y. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So -2 is what? -8. -8 times -6 is what? Positive 48. -1 is -1 times 6 is 6. 0 is 0. 1 is -6. I'm sorry, -1. No, -6. Sorry. And 2 is -48. So, -2 and 48. -2 and 48. Going to be way the heck up here. Alright. -1 and positive 6. 0, 0. 1, -6. And 2, 48. I can't draw worth a flip, but anyway. You see it's going in the opposite direction and it's a whole lot skinnier. Alright, now we were doing all parabolas the other day, which was Friday, I think. So I'm just giving you a little bit of a heads up. Some of this homework is not all parabolas. So let's do the next one, and somehow I think you have to do, you click on it, you do, okay, it's going to be a cubic function. I don't see cubic function. That looks like a cube. 4-point cubic. Cool. And 0, 0. And what? Negative 1, positive 6. That's a parabola. Why is it doing that? I thought I hit this one. Did I not? Cubic function?
You did. I think when you put the third point in, it'll start to curve the way it's supposed to.
Okay. All right. Well,
But then again, I don't know.
1 and 6. And 1 and it doesn't look right. That's a
Quadratic.
Just plug the
quadratic.
What a shame.
Are you plotting negative 6x cubed?
That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. And 4 points, that would be, you're right, Miss Burdette. Well, I can't get to the next one. That's negative 48. Okay. Negative or 2 and right there. Check answer. Sorry, that's not correct. Well, I have no idea what's correct, Liam. Final check.
Those look pretty similar to me.
And look pretty similar to me, too.
Huh.
The damn Russians. Next question.
Always.
Go to the next one. I'm not worried about that. We'll just fix it on your homework if we have to. All right, now look at this one. What does this one look like? Family of graphs. Everybody's here today. Family of graphs. So it looks like which one? The radical. So f of x is equal to the square root of x. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Now I'm not going to use those because the negatives don't work. And I'm not going to use 2 because that's not a good square root. I'm going to use 4. I'm going to use 9. Okay? So, square root of 0 is 0. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. So we go to our graph paper. And 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2, and 9, 3. So there's our basic model. Now be careful here because remember what I told you. If the negative 4 is attached to the x, it is the horizontal shift. Is this one attached to the x or is the negative 4 by itself?
By itself.
It's by itself. Good. Why?
Because it's outside the radical.
It's outside the radical. So negative 4 is not a horizontal shift. It's a what?
Vertical shift.
Okay, make that note. So if you got a highlighter, highlight that negative 4 and put not attached to the x because it's not under the radical, therefore vertical shift. You need to realize that because that's a question that gets a lot of people on the test or a test, whichever. So I'm going to use my purple now, and I'm going to do
Yeah, go fix it.
x, y,
Shatters. I'm getting mercury poisoning.
f of x is equal to square root of x minus 4. So 0, 1, 4, 9. 0 minus 4 is what?
Negative 4.
Okay. 1. 1. 1 minus 4, sorry.
Negative
Just
3.
turned 13 yesterday. 1 minus 4 is negative what?
3.
2 minus 4.
Negative 2.
3 minus 4. And now you can plot those points. And look, oh my gosh, a vertical shift of 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, negative 3.
This is screwed up.
4, negative 2. 9, negative 1. Let me ask you a quick question. Is there any difference in the curve of the black line and the purple line? No, there is no difference because this is the same as this. The A is what? 1.
Square root of X.
No, the A is 1. There's a number in front. But yes, you're right. The square root of X is equal to the square root of X. There is no 1. There is no difference in the 1 right here, like 2 square root of X versus 1 square root of X. So therefore, the lines are identical. There's only a vertical shift. Now, that's what you have to see, the mechanics of this. I don't know what y'all know and what you don't know, and I don't know how many of you are confused or how many of you know what I'm talking about. But the whole point is you have to understand the mechanics of this stuff in order to read a curve or a line, especially in the first quadrant. Okay, because that's your business quadrant. That's where all your business applications are, in the first quadrant. So which one would it be? I like these better than that last one. I don't like that last one. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not
Yeah,
this.
wouldn't it?
Looks like alpha. Hope I get that one right. I think these are a whole lot better than that last one. Oh, now it's going to take 15 minutes for it to grade. Okay, oh well. Next question. No, now I can't do anything. Okay, this must be Monday for the computer too, because this computer is... Please don't do this now. Do it somewhere. Do it some other place. Fantastic.
I didn't even start on so
An error occurred.
I'm still involved. Get it
Next
all done.
question.
Yeah, so I was planning on
There's
doing.
only 4 of them. You gotta do each of them like 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're going to just have to wait until the computer decides something.
It's fine. I just like hanging out with you.
I appreciate it, man. That makes me feel real good about myself.
That's why I come here at 9 o'clock.
I don't
in the
have to
morning.
get smokestacks put on my truck now. There we go. Now, that's not okay. I thought it changed. I decided when I'm going to come to. I decided what I'm going to. Since we're waiting on the crappy computer to work, I decided what I'm going to dress up as for Halloween.
What's
This will be
that?
good.
A Russian.
Nope.
A
I
Korean.
am going to dress up. I put it on Facebook last night. I hate Halloween, so I'm not really going to dress up. I can't stand it. Never did like it, even when I was a kid.
You must have been like, they're taken away from your childhood.
Nope, didn't like it. Didn't want anything to do with it. Where is that?
It's free candy. What are you talking about? I'm still into it.
There it is. I'm going to dress up as a millennial. I like the bubble wrap, don't y'all? And a little fragile. Y'all don't like it. Okay. Well,
I like it a lot, actually. I'll get you some big bubble wrap.
I need some bubble wrap. I guess I gotta go to UPS get the bubble wrap or the.
You can go to Office Max.
Okay, Office Depot. If I'm gonna go to a party, I think I'm gonna dress up as a millennial. Or I
Go
might
big or
put-
go home, right?
Instead of millennial, I'll just put snowflake. Anyway, I thought I liked
Just
it.
put Democrat.
No, not all Democrats are like that. I think the left wing nuts are pretty much.
So just put left wing on the.
Yeah, I could do that. Left wing loony. Yeah, I could put that.
Left wing
loony
lunatic.
snowflake. All right, here we go. Now,
Yeah, left wing's in here because who? Just got felt bad.
I'm trying to pick the ones that's just multiple choice so we don't have to go through that drawing thing. So which one is it? Vertical shift or horizontal shift?
That is a
Vertical.
vertical shift.
Vertical shift. And it's a regular, so it's either A, that's it. A. Next question. All right, we're booking. I'm not doing piecewise functions, so we're not going to worry about that one. Okay, that's all they're going to give us right there. So that's a little bit. I'm not covering piecewise yet. So, okay, here we go. What does that say? All right, which one is graph f of x is equal to 2x, absolute value of 2x? Which one is it not?
B.
It's not B, and it's not C. So that means it's either A or D. It's A because this would be a what to?
Negative.
So it's A. And of course the next thing is find f of 5 or whatever. Well, what is f of negative 5? If you plug in f of negative 5, and what I want to show you here, you're going to see these on your homework and test. If I give you f of negative 5 is equal to whatever, that's the same thing as you being in pre-algebra and putting a negative 5 right here, plugging it in and getting what? And getting y.
Right answer.
All right, so don't let the way it's presented throw you off, because it'll throw some people off. And I'll show you another application that'll throw you off right now. But f of negative 5, what's the absolute value of 2 times negative 5? What's the absolute value of negative 10? 10. All right, so there's your answer. Now, what if I gave you this? Well, f of x equal to 9.
Negative.
F of x is equal
Negative.
to
You always just put the absolute value.
14.
Yeah, absolute value turns it. It's always positive.
So what does this mean? For those of you that know what I'm doing and already know what I'm doing, what does that mean?
They want you to find x.
They want you to find x because they're giving you, remember, f of x is a fancy way of writing what?
Y.
So you put 14 here, and you say 14 is equal to whatever the function is. Okay? So if we're using this function, you would say 14 is equal to 2, absolute value of 2x. Now, of course, when you solve for an absolute value, you have to say 2x is equal to positive 14, and 2x is equal to what? Negative 14. And solve, and you get x is equal to 7 or what? Negative 7. So you'd go over here and you'd say positive 7 and negative 7 right there. Now, this one is the one that'll get you on a test or homework, because you're used to seeing this. That's what you're used to seeing. And then when they give you this, you go, and you skip it.
What?
You start to melt down, you know, start to melt down like Patrick Starfish. Orb of confusion. So remember that. Okay. Make a little bit of noise. Next. Domain and what would the domain be for that function? All what? All real numbers.
When white people play
Never ends well.
Okay, so let's get back to what I'm talking about in the homework. So we just went over a review of what we did the other day, okay? Now, let's talk about completing the square some more. So you're given a quadratic. Let's give it an f of x is equal to, and we'll go with x squared plus 4x minus 11. And I ask you to find the y-intercept, which you can do that without doing anything. 2,
That's negative 11.
the x-intercepts, you are the man. Okay, you are so smart.
No.
And the vertex. And then after you find all those, I want you to sketch the graph against y is equal to x squared. So, what's the first thing you do? Well, you set equal to 0. And I think I went through this with y'all. 1, set equal to 0. So 0 is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 11. Now I'm going to rewrite it like this. X squared plus 4x minus 11 is equal to 0. Alright, after you set equal to 0, move C and add blanks. Okay, which one is C?
11, negative 11.
Oh, that negative 11, so you're going to move it where?
To the right.
To the right. Becomes a positive 11. So x squared plus 4x plus blank is equal to 11 plus blank. There's my blanks. Four. B divided by 2 and square it. B divided by 2 and square it. So in this case, 4, and I'm going to put this in red because this is the most important part, because if you don't do this right, you might as well just not even do the rest of the problem. So 4 divided by 2 and square it. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is what?
4.
4. And that gives you x squared plus 4x
Incoming message.
plus 4 is equal to 11 plus 4. Now what will that give you on the left-hand side? It'll give you shortcut number 1 or shortcut what? Number 2. Shortcut number 1 or shortcut number 2. Which one is it?
Number
1.
1.
Number 1 because of the plus. So you get x plus 2 quantity squared is equal to 11 plus 4 is 15. Now at this point, you have the vertex. You take the opposite of this guy and the opposite of this guy. And that will give you a negative 2 and a negative 15. And that's your vertex. Now, I need to also say here that you can rewrite this in intercept form. And your book will ask for it, your homework will ask for it, and some test may ask for it. And that's where you just bring the 15 over and set it equal to the f of x. So f of x is equal to x plus 2 quantity squared minus 15. This is called intercept form. Okay. Now the reason you need to know that is because some books and some tests want it in this form. Then you have to take the opposite of this, -2, and just bring this down. And you got your vertex. I just tell students to get it right here. And just remember this for test purposes. Okay, now I know some of y'all are bored out of your skull because y'all are terrible at not showing it. Okay? So, let me just warn you, this is a number 1 out of 10. Okay? This is the basic of the basic of the basic of completing a square. Okay? When we get to number 10, I don't think y'all will be bored. Right? Remember, if you already know this stuff, why are you in the class? All right. Now, find the x-intercepts. X plus 2 quantity squared is equal to 15. Now, take the square root of both sides. X plus 2 is equal to 3.9. I'm going to let y'all figure out how I got 3.9 so quick. Okay? X is equal to positive or negative 3.9 minus 2. Now, what's $3.90 minus $2?
$1.90.
Good job. And what's owing, if you owe somebody $3.90 and you owe somebody else $2, you owe $5 and what?
90 cents.
So there's your 2 x-intercepts. So now all you need to do is sketch everything. Well, let's go back to the first page. What's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is right here. So the y-intercept is 0, -11. So now plot all them points. 0, -11, -2, -15, and -1.9 or 1.9 and -5.9. Let's see, it's 1.0, yeah, 1.90 and -5.9, comma 0. And that should be your graph.
Can I see that sheet behind? There you go. Thank you.
Okay. Now y'all correct me if 15, what's the square root of 15? Just make sure. What's the square root of 15?
A little less than 3.9.
Okay. All right, let me give you one to go on. Try this one. This is about a number 2 or a number 3. F of x is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 7. And of course, you can go ahead and just drop this and say equals 0. Do not use decimals, because that's just extra work. Find everything. Remember, this is number 2 or 3.
You got a work email.
All right, so what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is what? 0, -7. X squared
Work email.
minus 3x plus blank is equal to 7 plus blank. Half of 3 is what? 3 halves? Don't you say 1.5. The extra work. 3 halves squared is what? 9/4. X minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to 28/4 plus 9/4. X minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to 37 what? 37/4. So there is your vertex. So I know y'all already knew that, right? So our vertex is the opposite of this guy and the opposite of this guy. So our vertex is -3 halves and -37/4. Now solve for x. So x minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to 37/4. Take the square root of both sides. X minus 3 halves is equal to, well, square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 37 is what? 6.1. So now we're going to x minus 3 halves is equal to positive or negative 6.1 over 2. X is equal to positive or negative 6.1 plus 3 over 2. What's $6.10 plus $3?
$9.10.
Okay, and what's $9.10 divided by 2? 455?
Yeah.
Yeah. You owe somebody $6.10. You give them $3. What do you still owe them?
$3.10.
How much?
$3.10.
So that'd be negative $3.10. And there's your 2 x-intercepts. Now again, that's your x-intercepts. There's your y-intercept, and there's your vertex. And that's number 2.
I thought for that first point on the vertex, you took the opposite of -3 over 2.
Okay, thank you. There you go, thank you. All right, so we've got probably another 5 or 6 more problems to get you up to a 10 level, completing the square. So we're probably gonna spend the rest of the week doing those 3, 6, 7 problems. So do not do any homework yet. After we finish completing the square, then you can do all the homework you want to, okay? Y'all have a good day. See y'all tomorrow, which is
No.
Oh, no, you won't.
oh yeah, y'all don't come